everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday, and I thought we could get ready together. And that new foundation I was talking about on the last video and the new concealer that goes with it, I thought we could just put it on together and see how it goes. It's time for me to put on my makeup. So I have this Lila B Anglo Face Mist. This has great ingredients in it, good for you. The mister on it is great. So for the more dry skin, medium to dry skin, this is a great thing to put on before your makeup. Get some of those good ingredients in there. Let it dry down just for a few minutes. I picked up the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I wanted this is good company. Pretty good ingredients, could be better in my opinion. This is just a very creamy, it does have dimethicone in it, that's why it has a slip to it. So you just want to put it, this is a primer. You want to put it where you want to cover, say, lines, pores. If you want to minimize pores, this is also really bringing moisture to the skin and locking it in. I've used it. I'm liking it. For mature skin, it seems to be the total bomb. So, this is the Osmosis Performance Wear Satin Foundation. This is a natural medium. I'm just going to put one pump on my hand and dot it out all over the face. When I first started using it, I think I was kind of using too much of it. I've got my beauty blender. You can use your brush. Either way, I've been going back and forth. You know, I love my Morphe foundation brush. I just really want to pat it in. All over the face. I do not put it under my under eye. So you're going to put your concealer there, so try not to layer up the products. I find on a mature face it doesn't handle it as well than it did when I was young. I could just kind of put on top and on top and on top, and it didn't really seem to matter. And then one day it started to matter. My lighting's weird today. I've got a bunch of natural light in here today. So this is the Osmosis Age Defying Treatment Concealer in the color Light. Remember, it's double-ended. And this thing is amazing. Really hydrates the under eye. It's really helping that concealer to stick in there. I'm loving it. I could use, and actually when I get through with this tube, I will go a little lighter just to make sure the center of my face and my under eye is very bright, because the light pretty much almost matches the foundation, which if you like that, that's okay. That's great. I just want to make sure that my under eye is always brighter and has more light to it than the rest of my face. This concealer is amazing. I'm going to take that Lila Bee spray. Just spray your blender. This is just going to help bring that extra, it's not a lot of product, but it's just helping your skin be a little dewy, a little reflect light better. It's keeping that moisture there, because looking dry in the makeup and matte is not, I think it helps age me further if I'm looking dry or I have dry patches. The more that I'm a little more dewy, I believe it really helps stuff from settling into, and then I'm just tapping this so there's no creases here, and then I'm gonna set it, and I'm gonna set it with my Die Hard and loving the Better For You powders. This is the Amazonian Clay Tarte. If you can see, it's coming off, because I'm not going to put a ton. I'm not powdering in. Remember, use a light hand when you're powdering in. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face with a light powder. Hourglass. Is there any surprise? Ambient. Oh, Luminous Light. Big Fluffy. This is the E1. Bring it all down. This is just setting our foundation so it's not going to move around, slip around. This Osmosis foundation, good for you ingredients, good for you makeup. It's very nourishing. It's not super dewy. It's just satin. It's just giving me the hint of nice looking skin. It's just giving me the hint of really nice young looking skin. It's making my skin look better. I love the fact that you can put something on and it still looks like your skin, but just better. It's evened out my redness or my color, just, you know, if you have dark under your eye. I've got a puffy eye here today. Was in the barn riding. That footing is very hard on my sinus and my allergies. Not that it really matters, but the next day I always wake up with either one eye or both eyes kind of swollen, and my under eye, it's just, you know, it goes with the sport. It is what it is. I try not to complain about it, but I don't like it per se. Of course, I'm using my Dior brow styler. This is the color brown. They have other colors. Can't rave about a Dior pencil enough. It is even creamier than any pencil I've ever used. Make sure you brush your hairs a lot. It helps move the product through whatever hairs you have. And if you're blessed with a lot of hairs, you're blessed. I'm not blessed with many hairs anymore, but I create the hairs. We're creating, like, I actually have an eyebrow when I don't really have much on this side. Drawing it in, getting my front of my brow some definition, some color. Then I'm still always combing through the brow. I either use the Tarte or the Hourglass. The Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. This is in the color Soft Brunette. These brushes on this one, it can get a little goopy, so just make sure you wipe it off so it's not like all over you. Move it through your brow. It also kind of helps keeps the brow in place. Not gonna move everywhere. But of course I still use the gel. Because if I'm gonna take the time, which I always do, to do my eyebrows, I don't want them going anywhere during the day. I don't want them moving around or fading. So I've always got my clear brow gel. I use Anastasia. At the end of the day, 10 hours, 12 hours, doesn't matter. I could reach up and feel my brow, and you can still feel that it's got brow gel on them. That's how good that stuff is. Okay, now I want to set my eye. And I am going to use some Anastasia. This is a brow pencil eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going to use my blender. Now this is new for me. Usually I use the NARS on my eye. Never used a pencil primer. Usually I use this in my waterline. But I wanted to give it a try. I feel like, why not? So, move that product. Make sure it's not sitting weird on the eye, on your eyelid. Okay, let's see how it goes with a little eyeshadow. I'm going to take just small amounts, just tiny bit. There's something to be said to lock in your base. I'm going to use Soft Glam. And I've really been using a really big fluffy brush to start. I've kind of switched to this bigger flat guy. It has been working amazing. This is the M535, and then I moved down to the other size, the R37 blender. Now I always start with the base, tap off, and you're just moving it all over the eye, tap off. We're kind of giving the rest of the eyeshadow something to blend into, to move into. So I'm going to use orange soda, or in my world, sody. And I need to get a little bit closer to my face here, so using my mirror. Now I'm switching to burnt orange, still the same brush. Remember, ladies, don't press super hard into the eye. Let the brush do the work for you. That's why we buy these brushes. So it's easier to blend and get on eyeshadow the way we really want it. This big fluffy guy has really been cutting my eyeshadow time down in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. I just thought one day, let me just grab this and see how, if I can, because my eye is very small. Now, if you have a bigger eye than me, this guy you will love. Just grab a bigger blender. Remember, this is 535 Morphe. And it just fits in there and it cuts down my makeup time. It is amazing how it saves me so much time. And even on my very small eye, it's really been doing a good job for me. I've been really getting into this matte in the crease look, shimmer on the lid. I have been doing it day in, day out, reaching for it, really going for it. It's really been looking nice. It's great on a mature face, especially a mature eye, and I will show you what I'm talking about. I'm just warming it up. Windshield wiper. Okay, I saw this. I study makeup constantly still. I mean, because there's stuff to learn all the time. So, I saw this product. These guys come in this little thing. It's like a little kit, and it has its own sharpener in it. And these are called nude sticks. Nude sticks, and this is eyeshadow. There's 3 sticks in this little kit, and I got my new stuff on the Sephora sale. I got the 15% off. I studied and studied to make sure, you don't get a sale at Sephora very often, twice a year. So I really wanted to put stuff in my cart that I studied and really wanted to see how it works, and just really wanted to get some nice stuff. So I got the Tatcha. I got the Lila Bee spray. I got the nude sticks. Now I'm going to use the color Nudie. There's 3 colors in here. This is Burnish and Smoke. They're super nice. I'll show you. They really... That's Burnish, that's Smoke. The one in my hand is Nudie. You can see it. It's got a lot of pigment, a lot of payout. This is actually the first time I'm going to put this on my lid. And I've got the matte in the crease. So I'm just going to draw it like I'm kind of putting on eyeliner. And then I'm going to use my finger to get it just tapped in, kind of moved around, smudged in. It looks very nice. It's very subtle. For you guys, those of you who don't want to like shimmer to the moon, I recommend these nude sticks. This is a great look. You could use it for day, use it for night, and if you have a small eyelid like I did, overdraw, like I do, overdraw it so you're giving yourself a little bit more space for your shimmer. This looks very nice. It's a nice go-to day look, work look. It's not like va va boom. I'm gonna grab pencil brush, my Ride or Die, and I'm actually gonna use some bronzer under my eye. It's for when you don't want to like get crazy, but you want to have some definition under your eye. Just grab your bronzer, whatever you're going to use that day. I have a new bronzer. I ordered 2 new bronzers on my sale for the rogue customers. Of course, they're Hourglass. I have never tried, actually, I've never tried some of their bronzers. So I wanted to get both of them in the sale because, hey, it's a sale and this stuff is not cheap. So I got Bronze Light, which has kind of a pinky-ish more tone background to it, I would say. And then I got, Luminous Bronze Light. And this is Diffused Bronze Light. As you can see, this one's more, looks kind of creamier. This stuff is, Hourglass cannot be beat. They just can't be beat. I'm going to use this one with maybe the more peachy or creamier pink background to it. I'm going to use my Big Fluffy. I'm tapping it off. Now I'm going to dip in, push my brush around, tap off. And now I'm going to frame my face, give myself a chin that I don't have. Make sure you push it into your hair. This bronzer has a little bit of shimmer. There's, as you can tell, there's no like huge chunks of glitter or anything. This stuff is milled to perfection. It just is making your skin look better. Meaning, it's not putting on a ton of bronzer color. It is just giving me enough color to make my frame darker than the middle of my face, just the way I want it. I think I've been wearing the bronzer. It's been wearing well. It's been looking well. Is it hard to see in this light? Maybe. It's just framing my face very nicely. Loving, loving. That is a very good recommendation for the sale. I think the sale is almost over. I'm going to wear some blush. And I'm going to wear Hourglass. I've had these two. I mix and match them. I always don't wear the same color blush every day. I use my Tarte blush set. I use my Hourglass blush set. I absolutely love it. I am loving this Osmosis Better For You ingredients blush. This color is Peony. It is the best springy, summery, is it ever going to turn summer color. And it is really pairing with this natural kind of go-to smoky, nudie eye. So I'm tapping. This is my blush brush, E4, same one. Start on the apple and push it back to your bronzer. It is a great color. It's a great color for the time of the year it is. I'm loving it. It is very pretty. Now, I want to highlight my brow bone. So I'm going to get a brush out to do that. The brush I always use is a Morphe 213. These tiny, tiny detail brushes are the very best friend you could have in your beauty kit. So lately, what I've been reaching for to highlight with is my Anastasia Morici highlighter. I know, sounds weird, but you know, guys, you don't have to just use your highlighters for your face. You can use your makeup however you want. I mean, this stuff costs a pretty penny, and you might as well get a good use out of it. So, that's hard to do in the camera. I gotta get a little closer. I'm just putting up some highlighter. It is looking bomb. just giving me some depth of color range on my eye. I'm also dragging it down into my inner corner, because inner corner highlight is not just for the young ladies. Trust me. It does a lot for my face, especially if you have a smaller eye shape. If you've got a touch of light in here, it is opening up your eye space, making it appear like I have more room in here than I actually do. And that is the joy of makeup. It's when you really kind of experiment. Remember, if you want to buy something in the sale and you feel unsure about how to use it, or it makes you nervous, or it intimidates you, put it on before you take your shower for bed. Slap it on a few nights a week. Just try something crazy, because you're going to get in the shower and wipe it off anyways. Wash it right off. Look at it in the mirror. How does it make you feel? Is it outside your comfort zone? I'm here to say outside of the comfort zone is not a bad thing. It just is not. I know we all get stuck in a rut of what we think our makeup looks best. I've done it. I get it. But what I'm saying is there's always possibilities out there in makeup that might look drop dead gorgeous on you, but it's outside your comfort zone, so you don't try it. So I don't blame you for not trying it, because I get it. But what I'm saying is, buy something you think is not your tried and true, like keeping your color scheme. Don't get too crazy, but just purchase something that might be more glowy than you want it to be, or more dewy, or something kind of outside your zone. And then work with it, practice with it just a little bit, just 4 or 5 minutes in the mirror before you're gonna wash your face. Nobody will see. It is just you in the mirror, and you'll be surprised. You might look at something and go, wow, okay, I can do this. I can wear this. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to put on some Marc Jacobs mascara. Most products that Marc Jacobs makes. This is Velvet Noir number 10, which means very black. It gives my lashes a lot of lift. Kind of a curl. I know that sounds freaky. I don't personally curl my eyelashes. I do have an eyelash curler. Yes, most people curl their eyelashes before they put on mascara. And if you do, that is great. I just don't. I usually, if I'm going to put on mascara and stuff, I'm usually have on false lashes. My eyelashes don't seem to get too crazy or need to be curled per se. They're not sticking straight out. They're not doing anything crazy. So I just skip the step in the morning, especially, at 6 o'clock. I found I just didn't want to put an eyelash curler on my eyelashes. If you do at 6 o'clock, I love you. More power to you. I just couldn't get it done. So I stopped worrying about it. I used to do it faithfully, and then I started an experiment. Do my eyelashes look any different or better with a curler? To me, they didn't. They didn't really. Once I got the mascara on, I didn't really see much of a difference in before eyelash curler, or no eyelash curler. This mascara, Marc Jacobs, is very rich. It's thick. It's great formula to work with. I love it. Yes, I still use my Tarte. I pack it every single day. I use my Tarte every single day for work. And then I use Marc Jacobs more on the weekends. Just because it's a more like va va boom mascara. And I mean, it gets me there. It really does. Especially if I want to go out with my husband. Whatever, this mascara gets me there. And it does not flake. And it doesn't move around. Like, I don't come home and see like black dots everywhere from my mascara transferring. The great thing, well, a good thing about mascara is when you're trying a new mascara or you love a mascara, make sure that, you know, it doesn't ever transfer when your eyelashes touch up, because my eyes are so hooded, or it's not dotting and transferring underneath your eye. That is the sign of a really good mascara. When it dries down quickly, you want it to dry down. So if you want to add more coats, it's already dried down by the time you go back to the first eye. That mascara is dried down, it's doing its job. Then you can add a second coat. The real wet formulas are harder, in my opinion, to work with. The faster they dry down and the more you can kind of layer or work, depending on your time, the better the mascara looks. Do I layer mascara when I'm going to work? No. I put on one coat, fluff it up, I'm out the door, basically. So, look at this eye look up close and how subtle the nude stick is and how great it pairs with a matte crease. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So what I do, make sure after I've got my nude stick on, I thought I haven't used this before, so I don't know why I said it like that. But anytime I've got a shimmer down here, then I go back in with the lightest color that I was using for my crease. And I'm just making sure I have no harsh edges and no harsh lines in there. I want to make sure that it is completely married together. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous go-to day look? It's very flawless. You can see the foundation is my skin but better. You can see the Peony blush by Osmosis. Gives me that it's summertime on the horizon look. Okay. Now I've been using my Lila B to finish up my makeup. And I still always tap, and I'm not putting, okay, I forgot a step. I have been loving when my face is completely done. I grab this particular Hourglass palette. This is Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. This guy is amazing. You can use them individually, which I do, all together. Now, I'm going to grab a fluffy brush. This is M530. And I'm going to go like this. Then I'm going to tap off. Then I'm just going to lightly dust over my face. Just very lightly. Don't use too much. The stuff is very powerful. Make sure my under eye is very bright. Amazing little trick before you set your makeup. It just gives you just a hint of light all over the face. Then I'm going to set it with Lila B. Good for you ingredients. I love it. I am loving this eye look. I did not put on eyeliner. You could put on eyeliner. You could wear a wing eyeliner. This very subtle eye look. You could smoke out the lash line under eye. You could do this several variety of ways. And I believe to transform this look into night, you would just darken your outer V. You would take a smaller blender and you would just pack on your color on your outer corner, which opens your eye space, makes you more smoky. You would drag that dark color under the eye to the center of the eye. What goes up must come down, and you would darken all that up. That would transform your look tonight for the eye. You could add on liner, and also you can highlight more for date night. You can get more aggressive with your any highlighter that you like. You could use your Hourglass palette. You could use practically almost any powder that they make. You could use your finger and just tap on the spots that you want to kind of accentuate. Because when you go out, the lighting's different, you know, for date night. But for a Saturday during the day, this is a very go-to look I have been doing every morning for the past few weeks when I get ready for work. I've really been enjoying it. People have been complimenting me, asking me what I'm wearing. The shimmer that I have been using, besides for the nude stick, is inside my palette here. I've been alternating between the bronze shimmer and fairy inside my Soft Glam, and I literally just tap on. That's all I do. I put on my transition colors, you know, with my big fluffy, tap this on, I'm good to go. Sometimes I wear eyeliner with it, I'm good to go. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. These products are really working out for me. This Osmosis foundation, this Osmosis concealer with the combination stick. My under eye has never looked more healthy. No cracking over time. Even when I get home at 6 o'clock at night, nothing is happening in my under eye area. I am still looking the exact same way. That is so important to me. If I'm going to spend the money on makeup, on a good makeup, I don't want it to crack. I don't want it to fall off of my face. I don't want to come home and see a big red chin and a red nose because my foundation's moved off of it. Yes, some days I touch my face more than others and I'll get, you know, a patch. But it's not the makeup's fault. It's my fault for touching my face. So if you guys enjoyed the video, thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because YouTube changed their parameters. And no, I don't have on a lip. Go figure. I never bring my lips in here. I don't know why. I've got to change that. Remedy the situation. So I'm glad you guys were here, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.